I'm doing a new Ring Video Doorbell Pro installation. I've started it, so I've run the cable, which is 2-wire bell wire, as you can see, and I've put my raw plugs that came in the box, or as the Americans call them, anchors, so they're in there. So this is the plate that I'll be putting up onto it, so I'll do that later. I was going to go through the PVC, but I'm going to have to fill that out. So I've gone through the brick instead, through this side, through the other side, and I'll put trunking up all along here, fill this up, come round to the other side, gone through there with a wood bit, come down, and then a rubber clips it all along, up over the door, along, and then I've taken it into the, this is the fuse cupboard. As you can see, I've run my cable along still, and then I'm going to put the transformer here, and I'm going to use the double socket that's here, so use that one. Now this is the fuse box here, as you can see. Let me just come out, that's the fuse box, and there were loads of spaces that I could have put this in, but I decided not to. If you want to, it's entirely up to you, but I'm going to fit it, as I say, here. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to do that, and I'll come back to you later, and I'll fit it, and I'll show you how to do the wiring, because there are things that you need to add to it that Ring have stated that have to be added. I've been to a few jobs where a particular fuse hasn't been installed, and it needs to be installed because it regulates the voltage. So I'm going to pause the video for now, and I'll come back to it. So here we have the Ring doorbell installed, and we are at Fair Dinkum Lodge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the back room now and do the wiring in the back, and then show you how it's done. So I'll pause the video now. Okay, I've now wired up to the back room. This is where the transformer is going to be situated. Now this is the bell wire from the door, and it's wired through, I don't know if you can see it if it's focused, through to here. One leg is connected to the last connector on the transformer. This will be 24 volts. Then this wire is then connected to this device here, which is the power, I think it's called a power pack or something, I don't know what it is, I can't remember. Anyway, this is connected to the, basically to the 0. So the 0 is here, goes up to 24, this is 12, and this is 8. Now this is the connection for your power. Now I'm not sure if you can see, this is the brown and this is the blue. That's how I wire it up. So I always put the live brown here and the neutral here. And this is the actual length of cable. I'll just get the other end and it's now wired up to a plug. Okay, just a 3-pin plug. If you can put a 3-amp fuse, 5-amp fuse, would be better. And then I'll plug it into here when I'm ready. I don't know if you can see that. Now, I spoke to Ring. This has to be installed on all installations. It's a power regulator. I had one on Saturday. One installation I'd done 3 weeks ago. It stopped working. So I did a continuity test from the door to the bell wire here. Fine. Disconnecting this completely and just did it and went across these 2 wires here. They were fine. So then I did a test across here on the power, here and here. I used the Fluke T90 tester, and then I tested across here and here. Got power on there, 20 volts on AC on here. So I ended up testing this. There's a fusing here, a 1-amp fuse. So it had blown. So went into the electrical store and got a 1-amp fuse and popped it in while I started working again. This is the enclosure that I use for this transformer. I do not install into the consumer unit. I can do. I've done a domestic installer's course, and so I can wire into it, but I prefer to wire near to the door if possible. If there's a socket near the door, I wire it near to the door and put it into the enclosure. Does exactly the same thing. You can buy from Ring for the Pro, the actual adapter, which just has 2 wires at the end, so you can run that to the door if it's not too far. So you just plug it in, run it to the door, connect it to the Ring doorbell at the front, and then plug it in, and away you go. But the problem with that is it's £30, whereas the transformer comes in the box. So if you're doing these, as a job and installation, then it doesn't work out cost-wise worth getting. It probably, from the point of view of speed, it probably is, because then it means it's going to be slightly quicker to install. But these you can get from Screwfix for £8, £9. These enclosures you get from a company called TLC in London. They're about £3.99. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put the enclosure on so you can see what it looks like when it's fitted. Okay, so here we have the cover put on top now, and as you can see, that's the brand, cat number ESE2. You can get these enclosures from TLC in London, electrical wholesalers. And as you can see, the cable, the flex, which is here, comes from there. And then I've just left a little bit of slack on it. So that's the installation for the Ring Doorbell Pro. It is imperative that you install the power, I think they call it power pack, to the one leg going back to the doorbell, which I showed earlier, and connect it to the 0 on the transformer. If you don't, at some point you will have power issues. I'm probably that's the reason why some people have been getting power issues, because they've not been installing them. They have to be installed. It will work, but there will be a problem over time with, you know, I mean, and also it's there to protect it from, you know, if there's somehow high voltage or ampage, then the fuse will go. So there you go. It's so that's I've just got to put some little bit of trunking up, and then I'm finished and done. So I hope this has helped somebody who is installing the Ring Pro in the UK. This is not US, this is the UK installation. And yeah, well, thanks for watching the video.